Alright, I just wanted to make a, basically, like a basic glitch tutorial for Majora's Mask speedruns. I know lots of people, like, kind of want to get into the game, but, I think there's somewhat of a lack of, like, resources right now in terms of, like, beginner stuff. So, I basically have a list here of, all the stuff I want to go over. But these tricks that I'm going to show you, some of them are applicable to only maybe a few speedruns, but most of these are going to be applicable to a lot of the speedrun categories that you would do for this game. So I guess the first thing I want to go over is just basic movement. So when you are controlling Link, I mean, obviously, like, you're just walking like this. It's slow. And then you can roll. And there's actually a technique to the rolling. If you just mash the A button like this, you're actually not going to get as much out of the roll as you can. You kind of want to time your roll so that as Link is standing up, you're pressing A again. And yeah, it just looks like this. But it's kind of just a rhythm thing that you get after a while. But this is definitely going to be better than just like this. I don't know if you can notice, but like his movement kind of stops before the full roll, which that's definitely important to like understand for sure. But lots of the time you're not even going to be rolling like that, depending on like how far of a distance you have to go. So I have cheats on, so I can, you know, do a little bit of this fast movement here. But, like, let's say you are right here, whatever, right here, and you want to just get to the door. I mean, obviously you're going to want to do a couple rolls to get to this door. But if you're further away like this, what you can do is actually backwalk to this door. If you notice, the speedrunners that you might be watching, lots of them are walking backwards, and I know it looks really dumb, but that's actually a very fast form of movement in this game. Because I'm not sure what the actual speed values are in terms of like how fast you're going when you roll versus backwalking, but when you backwalk, it's good to do it over a long distance. So like if you are this far from the door, it's actually better to backwalk to it like this, because you're covering more distance with the speed that you have, if that makes sense. So so you have the backwalk and you have the roll. And what you saw there, to get into the backwalk, like let's say you're walking forwards like this. To get a backwalk started, what you can do is called a Quickturn. And you might want to look at the input display for this, but basically what you're going to want to do is just like hold forward, and then you want to tap target, then down, then target again, like that. And what it does is it just like quickly turns Link around so that you don't have to stop and then turn around and then start backwalking like that. So if you want to like get to the archway there, instead of turning around then doing this, you can just do like a quick turnaround like that, and it starts the backwalk sooner, and it makes it faster that way. Okay, so that's just your basic, you know, like movement on foot, basically. Obviously, there's stuff with like the Goron mask and whatnot, but like let's say you just like don't have the Goron mask. Yeah, that would be like the best form of movement if you don't have like bombs or Goron mask. Okay, so now we're gonna get into stuff with bombs. So the most important thing you need to know about Zelda speedruns is that lots of these tricks that you do, or lots of the stuff you have to do in the speedruns, is able to be done with a glitch called Infinite Sword Glitch. So Infinite Sword Glitch, or ISG, is basically when you are interrupting a crouch stab with something. It could be like text, or it could be picking up a bomb, or it could be even there's a form of damage ISG too. You can just stab a bomb explosion and it works that way. But the most common one that you're probably going to be using is bomb ISG. So bomb ISG, basically you want to put a bomb down. It has to be done kind of fast because the bomb's on a timer. But you put the bomb down, you crouch stab it, and you press A on a certain frame. Let me actually pause buffer this for you. So you put the bomb down, and you stab, and then it's going to be... I think this is the frame when his shield is back in front of his face. Yeah, like that. So obviously you're not going to want to pause buffer it every time. It's mostly just a feel thing. And lots of this tutorial, you're probably just going to want to look at this like input display that I have. But, so, yeah, basically, that's probably the, you know, the most prevalent form of ISG that you're going to be getting. Let me find a sign. I don't even know if there's a sign. I guess I could do this. So, do you talk to me? I don't even know. Oh, she does. Okay. So, you can get ISG off of text too. So you can just hit A. You see how my sword was glowing there? But you can basically just like interrupt text in that way to be able to do that. And I guess I should have stated this before, but the important qualities of ISG are that when you have it, like let's say you're up here and you get infinite sword glitch, you're actually able to not fall off ledges with it. Like I'm holding down on this ledge and you are stuck on top of it, unless you like hop off like that. But if you're just walking on the edge, it's not going to make you fall. And the reason for that is because in this game, when you slash your sword like this, it's actually programmed to not fall off ledges. So if it's infinitely swinging, it's not going to fall off. So what should we do next? I guess with the ISG, here, let me show damage ISG too, actually. So you can stab a bomb or some kind of explosion at the end of its explosion, and you'll actually get ISG from that. And actually, we're going to cover ways to lose ISG. So the first way is to shield. Like if you shield like this, you lose it, so it's gone now. Another way that you can lose ISG is if you take damage from anything and you're not moving. So like, let's say you just... So I have ISG. So if I take damage like that, it's going to cancel my ISG. And... What's another way? I think I had another one in my head. So... Yeah, so you have those two forms of losing ISG, and then... I guess... Yeah. So that's your basic infinite sword glitch components that you're gonna want to know. And the reason why it's important is because in this game you do a glitch called bomb and Bombchu hovering. Looks like this. And the reason why this works is because you're shielding a damage source while your sword is still in ISG. So like right now I still have ISG. But it's allowing me to float in the air. And obviously that's important because you can like get over, you know, whatever ledges you feel like are important to get over in the speedrun. So, let me think of a good example of hovering. I guess back in the day, for any percent speedruns, we used to do this. So, like, we used to hover onto this, you know, this thing here. I don't even know if I can do this anymore. Oh, we got it. So, yeah, so basically you can do a bunch of, you know, like cool stuff to bypass, like in this instance, having to get into the Deku Flower and all that stuff. But yeah, so basically let's go over hovering. Let me go back to the ranch. Ranch is the best place to practice, I think. So to hover, you want to make sure you have ISG. And when you do a bomb hover, you can actually do it with blast mask too, with all three of these things. So when you do a bomb hover, you basically want to hold target, and you want to backflip before the bomb is exploding, and make sure you're holding shield. So look like this. So it's not gonna keep me in the air because you have to get a certain distance off the ground to stay in the air. But I don't know if you saw, but I actually was off the ground there for a second. So right there it works. So now I'm in the air. But you want to just count the flashes, and then like right before it explodes, just do your shield and backflip. But make sure that you're holding shield as the explosion is happening. Because if you don't, and you like let go of shield too early, that happens. So that's the bomb ISG. So let's say you're on flat ground and you want to get in the air, but you have one bomb and one Bombchu, and so basically you want to drop your bomb, get ISG. Oh shit. I messed that one up. It took me too long. You can get pulled back to the ground if you don't get off the ground far enough. So you want to do your bomb hover, and then right after your bomb hover, you want to do another backflip. Holding down, do a backflip, and then shield a chew on yourself. So it's chew and then shield, like that. So all in one motion. It's get ISG. Then A, down, shield, chew, and then like you don't even have to hold target here because when you're in the air, your camera is locked. So, you know, you can just let go of target. Now, if you want to get higher up, just use your bomb shoes. You can even use a bomb up here too. And just make sure you time your jump. And depending on if you want to get height from the hover, you jump super late for the bomb explosion, like that, or you can do a distance hover, like that. So like I go back a little bit further distance than before. So yeah, that's basically the most important thing you're gonna want to know about Majora's Mask speedruns, because the hovering is all over the place. I'm not sure where the hovering is currently in like all dungeons or all masks, but we definitely do some hovering in 100%. So that in itself is probably the most important thing you're gonna want to know. Okay, so now I want to go over. We'll do a super slide first. Super slides are tricky. It actually took me a while to understand how to do a super slide. So if you don't know what a super slide is, this is what it looks like. So you can like roll into the bomb with the shield and it pushes you back super fast like that. So I'm not sure of the frame data, like what frames allow the super slide to happen, but you basically want to pull a bomb and start backwalking. Let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. So on the 4th red flash, this is my visual cue for this. So on the 4th red flash, you want to drop the bomb and then just hold up and forward. Or I'm sorry, up and A. So 2, 3, drop, hold up and A, then you should be able to get your slide off. I think when I do a super slide, they're really difficult to like explain, but when you do a super slide, you kind of want to go neutral for like a fraction of a second, and then start holding forward an A. And all the while, you're going to be rolling into the bomb, holding target and shield. So if I let go of target, the super slide is still happening. but if you let go of shield, the super slide stops. So if you want to stop your super slide, just make sure you're letting go of shield or whatever. Okay, so super slide. So then next is we're gonna do a hyper extended super slide is next, or a HESS. So a super slide is important because, like, let's say you just want to get to that door from this exact point. I'm gonna save my position here. So you can do your quick turn. And get your, oh, whoops. So that's another thing. If you roll into the bomb too early like that, you're gonna do something called storing a ground jump. So a ground jump means that right now I'm pressing my C buttons and actually none of them are working, and the reason for that is because I have a ground jump stored. So to get out of this state that Link is in, all you have to do is target and backflip, and he does a little hop like that. I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that is, like why that happens, but yeah, you just want to make sure that you're not rolling too early into the bomb, because if you do, then you're going to get that ground jump. And then too late into the bomb, I'll show you what too late looks like. Looks like that. So like the bomb explodes, but like you're not close enough to where it's going to push you. You basically want the bomb to push you on the frames I think that Link is about to stand up. So you want to space out your roll so that the bomb can push you on those frames. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So hyper extended super slide. So super slide's important because, like, obviously if I want to get to that door, like it's just straight on, you know. Man, I messed up again. You know, you can just go straight over to the door like this. So let's say you want to go to that door, but that fence is actually in the way, so we can't do a super slide. So what we can do here is what's called a hyper extended super slide, or a HESS. So when you're doing a HESS, something that you want to understand is the concept of ESS position, or extended super slide position. So when you are holding, so if you look at my input display, when you're holding the stick just a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, Link is shuffling his feet. And the reason why that's important is because this state that Link is in is going to allow us to do the hyper extended super slide glitch that we're about to do. So you want to get, you basically want to hold target and then get into that extended super slide position with the stick. And then you want to pull a bomb. And then when you notice the bomb like starts flashing really fast towards the end when it's about to explode, so it's like slow. Right there, that's where it starts to flash quickly. When the bomb is flashing like that, there's what's called a, we call it a HESS frame, where when it does its third fast flash, what you can do is roll into it, and it has like certain like properties that allow for like some glitches to work. So you get into this position, so target, well, you want to be facing actually this way because we're going to be going backwards. So you want to target, get into your position, and then when it gets to that third fast flash, you want to press shield and A, let go of target. Make sure you let go of target or your game actually will crash if you do this because of the position that you're in. So you want to shield and A, let go of target, and then retarget as soon as you see the bomb explode. I think on the first frame of the bomb explosion, like if you press target too early, the game will also crash. So you kind of want to delay it a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, let go, and then just retarget. You can delay that target by a lot, actually. I would recommend that, because if you retarget too early, you're actually going to crash your game, and that sucks. I've done that in runs before, and it really sucks. So yeah, so if we're back in this position, And we want to get over there. Actually, this might not even work. I might hit the fence here. Whatever. But the reason why HESS is important is because you can actually change directions when you're in this state. So right now I'm just holding the position and target. But if you hold the position and then just continuously let go of target and then retarget, you can change the direction that you're going. And this has the same speed as a Superslide. You're just able to change direction. So in terms of like bomb tricks and like how fast you can go, those are probably the two most important things, I would say, to be able to understand when it comes to that. But yeah, so let's go. Let me see what we should do next. Let's do, okay, we're gonna do bottle duplication. Okay, so let me see if I can actually, I forget what code it is to get rid of. Okay, there we go. So when you're playing this game, you can do something called bottle duplication. And the reason that's important is because maybe there's like a bottle that you might want to get early or something, or have another bottle early on in order to like carry an extra item with you. And so what happens is you can duplicate the bottle over an empty item slot. So the way that this is done is actually with the ESS position that I was talking about, that Superslide, the shuffled feet or whatever. If you have an empty stick slot, or you could do this with like empty nuts or empty powder keg if you have Goron, any of that stuff where you can, you know, make the number 0. I guess maybe not bow, that doesn't work, but bomb and Bombchu, like almost this whole row would work of items. Yeah, beans. I think beans, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, so the way that you can do it is you want to drop a fish or bugs or like an item that you can re-catch. So you want to make sure that you have your bottle out in your hand like this. And then when it's in your hand, you want to get into this slide position again, which a reminder is you get into the shuffle feet position and then press target as soon as you're in that position. And then what you do is you press the fish bottle and then the stick after that. So I don't think this is frame perfect, but you don't want to take too long to press stick after you press fish, so it looks like this. So I just pressed X, then Z. Like that. Now we should just not... Yeah, so now it just basically wrote a bottle over my stick slot because of that. Now we have 2 fish because of that. Because what happens is when you drop the fish, it actually keeps the original fish, and then you can just re-catch the other one. So yeah, that's bottle dupe. That's definitely an important glitch to know for 100% specifically, because we kind of need to have, you know, maybe some bottles need to be opened or able to be used or whatever. If we don't have like all the bottles that we need early on, it's good to be able to do that. So yeah, so that is going to be bottle duping. Next we'll do... I showed quick turnaround already. That's just target, tap down, whatever. We'll do a Weirdshot. So I'm on the English version of the game, so Weirdshot's are actually very prone to crashing the game on English version for some reason. But on Japanese version, like if you do a run on the Japanese version, it's not going to do that. So I don't really know why that is the way it is, but that's the reality of the situation. I've lost so many runs to this garbage, it sucks. But let's say you're in Stone Tower Temple and you What's a good example? I guess we'll go over here. So over here, let me actually get rid of these guys so I can do this. Okay, so let's say that this block is like I can't get through here. What you can do is something called a Weirdshot, and a Weirdshot is used to get basically through a solid object. You can use a Weirdshot to get through it. And the way that a Weirdshot works, actually we'll do this instead. This is probably a better example. So the way that it works is you want to drop a bomb, like shield drop the bomb, and then quick draw your hookshot or your bow, whatever you want. So quick draw is you are holding target, and then you press hookshot and shield, like one after the other. I think that might be frame perfect, I can't remember, but it's just a feel thing, it's not that hard to do. But you want to drop the bomb and then do your, you know, your quick draw or whatever. And then you want to look at the bomb after you quick draw the hookshot, and then on that third fast flash, that HESS frame we were talking about earlier, you want to roll while still holding target, and then make sure you're holding down left, and then on a certain frame, you press the hookshot and then let go of everything immediately. If you don't let go of everything on the English version, you actually will crash your game if you hold target for too long. So all in one motion, it looks like this. I'll pause buffer it after this so you guys can see. Oh, yikes. There you go. So basically it shoots you underground, and now I can get over to this chest early because there's no like wall there that's stopping me. There's certain frame weird shots that you can do, like second frame weird shot. Let me show you a second frame weird shot over here. This is what we do in 100%. So right here, get into the position. So now I'm rolling and I'm holding target. Okay, so right now, I'm gonna want to hold down left and then input my hook shot. So this is the first frame of pulling hook shot out. This is the second frame, but this is the frame that works to where you can shoot down. So if I were to let go of everything right now, I would shoot straight down. But if you go one more frame, trying to be really careful so I don't crash. This frame, it shoots you out and to the right on the English version. So the reason why that's important is because that lets us get to this chest here. Like if I were to do a first frame weird shot here, I wouldn't be able to reach this chest. So it's all going to be situational. Because, yeah, you see how like the ground is blocking it or whatever? You just need to know based on whatever run you're doing, what's gonna, like what weird shot is gonna work best for you. Okay, so another thing you can do is, like, you could also do this with the bow. If you want to do a bow weird shot, you can do that too. Anything that you can aim like that. So basically, just a hook shot and bow. I'm gonna crash my game too. But yeah. And then, I mean, if I wanted to shoot that sunblock here, if I had light arrows on, I could just shoot the sunblock this way. But yeah, weird shot's really tough. It took me a while to understand. What I would do is I'll do a few of these back to back. You can watch my input display so you can just see what's going on. It's basically that, but I'm not gonna even get any of these because I'm afraid I'm gonna crash. There we go. I can't see the one. Bruh. Glad I'm practicing this right now. But yeah, that's basically the kind of rhythm that you want with a weird shot. It's definitely situational on what exactly you need in reference to like when weird shots need to happen or whatever. Okay. So that's going to be your weird shot. Next is going to be, I'll do Ocarina Dive / Song Storage. So when you have the Ocarina, you can actually do this with Link and with Zora, but Zora is probably going to be the most important one to use. Okay. So, like, let's say you're in Great Bay Temple, and you clip into this ground thing here. Which, I guess I can explain this too really quick, but you can clip into this wall as Zora if there's a bomb down there. So you just press Zora, and then you just do a sidewalk, and then drop down. And now I'm like underneath the ramp or whatever. The reason why that's important is because the boss room is down there, and we can actually launch ourselves over there into the boss room. Okay, so basically, when you do an Ocarina Dive, which is what this is, if I can even get it. There we go, okay. The reason why that's important is because you can do something called song storage if you do that. And song storage is important because, like, let's say you are, like, at a boss and you want to skip the Giants cutscene after you grab the remains. You can actually store Song of Time, and then as soon as you grab the boss remains, you can press A and then reset your console, and it saves the remains and then skips that entire cutscene. So you want to do your dive, which I'll explain how to do in a second. And you can play Song of Time, like, during this dive. And then later on, you can pull up the text by hovering over an item or, like, talking to any text box. And then pressing A, and then there you go. So now you have text that's, like, pulled up and ready to be used whenever you need it to. Okay, so in order to do a dive on... It's actually different on the English and Japanese versions, but because we're doing English version right now on a lot of runs, I'm going to show you guys how to do the English one. So it's actually pretty easy on the English version. What you want to do is you want to double tap B when you're near a ledge as Zora, and then as soon as you see his right foot, like from our angle, his right foot starts sliding forward toward the end of his slash. Right there, you saw it like slide forward a little bit. When it's sliding forward like that, you have a 3-frame window to press the ocarina. So I'll try and show the frames here. So it's sliding, I think the frame before that worked too, but yeah, this is, I believe, the final frame that'll work. You can just press ocarina and it'll fall down. But yeah, and I think it's the 2 frames that are before the one that I just showed that also will work on the English version. On the Japanese one, it's a little different. I think you hold B and you... I think I just remember mashing ocarina after holding B. But I'm not sure. I'm pretty... I think it's a 1-frame window on Japanese. I don't know what the deal is with that. But yeah, so that is your song storage / ocarina dive. And I believe that is the most applicable to all dungeons right now, the all dungeons category, because if you store Song of Time, you can do that boss remains thing that I was talking about before. So let me show you all this in one motion here. So we're gonna Do our thing. Get our song storage. And then after the song storage, in this instance, in Great Bay Temple, we can do what's called a bomb recoil over into the boss load zone over here. So, something important to know about this game is when you're out of bounds in one room, all of the load zones still exist on this big Great Bay Temple map. And some of them you can actually reach when you're out of bounds, and as long as you touch them, you can enter the room. So you can literally, because the boss room for Gyurg is right down there, you can launch yourself over there with a glitch and touch the load zone, and you're already done with the dungeon. You don't even have to go through any of this. You just have to go straight over to this thing. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna save my position here. Alright, so I think this is the angle that you kind of want to have, but... Okay, so a bomb recoil. So a bomb recoil looks like this. So you basically just launch, you know, away from the bomb if you jump at the right time. And if you look at my input display, I'm holding target when I do this. I'm pulling the bomb, and then right as the bomb is about to explode, like only a couple frames before, I think it's maybe 2 frames. It's a little bit tricky to time because it has to be right before the bomb explodes. But if it's right before the bomb explodes, like that, you get like a very large amount of distance with your jump. And when you're holding shield and you do your backflip off the bomb like that or whatever, you want to make sure you flick down. If you hold down, you're not going to get any distance. So if I hold down, watch this. See how I don't go anywhere like that? You want to make sure that you let go of everything but target, basically, is what you want to do as soon as you get the recoil. So if you get a good bomb recoil here, you can actually end up right into the load zone for Gyurg. So this is the boss, whatever, for this dungeon. So a cool thing is you can actually, like, this is also like a place for a Weirdshot here, because you can skip when you go in this hole. Right at the bottom, there's a cutscene that starts, and it's, you know, Gyurg coming out of the water, doing his thing, whatever. So you can... Oh, it just started, nice. So what you can do is you can do a Weirdshot. If I can even do it. I'm not very good at Weirdshots. So Gyurg actually exists, and he's like right over here. Wow, I didn't even mean to shoot him. But he's like right in this area. If you shoot him at the right spot, he will be stunned, and he'll stay stunned until you jump down. And when this happens, you can actually skip this cutscene. That starts the whole boss thing, and like the music doesn't even show up and all that stuff. So you can, you know, do your thing, fight Gyurg. He's pretty easy. He just takes 5 Zora shield hits or whatever, and he's dead. So then, an important thing to know is when you do this song storage, it only works right before the boss dies. If the boss dies, you actually can't pull up that storage. So you want to make sure that right before he dies, you press A on an item. It pulls up the storage. And then he dies, and then text is still up here. And then basically all you do is you just walk in here, press A right before the text comes up, and then reset your console, which I probably shouldn't have done because now I have to go back into everything because my cheat's turned off. But if you go back into the file, which I'll show you in a second, the remains should be there. So basically, I skipped that cutscene, but I was able to keep the remains for Gyarg, and that saves a good, like, 2 minutes in the speedrun. So, yeah, it's basically just a matter of combining a bunch of different things together in order to save a little bit of time. Okay, so a few other things I want to go over. So we're gonna do... I'll do Timestop next. So there's a glitch in this game called Timestop, and it does exactly what it says. It stops time, and it's important to use Timestop. Here, I'll just show you where we use it in the run. But when we're entering Stone Tower Temple, it's important that you know how to use Timestop, because when you do Timestop, it actually stops not just the time, but like some other things that are around as well. So what I mean by that is when we go into the file, then we go to Stone Tower. Bro, my magic. What's going on? Cheats, bro. Yes, he was referring to things. Yes, we understand. Okay, let's actually just skip this. Alright. So, we are now at Stone Tower entrance. And we are ready to enter the dungeon. So, this magic meter is bothering me. Okay. So, now... I mean, I'm sure most of you have played this game before, but the way that you usually get in here is you play the Elegy of Emptiness, it puts the statue here, and then you can move on to the thing or whatever, right? So, and if you don't play the Elegy, then yeah, that happens. So, what you can do, instead of the statue, you can do a glitch called Timestop, which is putting a bomb over your head, or you could also do this with a bottled item. Let me show the bottled item one first, this one's easier. Alright, we'll do it with fish. Okay, so what you want to do is you have your bottled item in your hand, like this, again. You walk onto the switch, and then when you're on the switch, you want to hold target, and then press shield, and then bottle. I think it's one frame after. I messed it up. Nice. Or maybe it's bottle and shield. I'm trying to remember. It's one of the two. Let me see. There we go. It's shield and then bottle. So you just have the bottled item in your hand. Press shield and then bottle, and it puts you in a state where the timer is off, and you can actually move freely here, and the block is still here, like it doesn't move from where it's at. And then to break out of Timestop, you just press C up, and then you can go all the way over there on the block, and that just bypasses the elegy and all that stuff. So, all right, so there's that. And let me show the bomb version of it. You can actually do it with a bomb too. So you hop on the switch, and then what you can do is you can pull a bomb, and then right as the bomb explodes, start walking forward and holding target. And you see how there's like bomb particles whatever. Actually, let me show the other direction. I'm gonna do a backwalk instead of forwards. It's easier to see. So you pull the bomb, hold target, and then as soon as it blows up, start holding down. See how there's like the red particles, whatever there. What you're looking for is that little white tuft of smoke above that red, looks like a red veiny texture or whatever, I don't know. So right there, it just went away. So what you can do now is, while you're still holding target, out of a pause, just press a cutscene item, which could be Ocarina, or like any mask like this. Cutscene item and shield. And then it puts you in the time stop mode. So once again, I'll show you one more. So you're on the switch. Oh, that's actually the frame I want. Nice. So there you go. Then you get your time stop. All right. I think that's mostly what I wanted to show. I'll show one more thing, like in Snowhead. I'm gonna show. Oh, that's not Snowhead. Shit. There we go. Oh, I could show another thing here too. I thought of another thing. So if you're in this room, you can do what's called a bomb long jump. Usually you need the Goron to like roll over this hill and over there, but you can use a bomb to launch yourself over there. So instead of doing that bomb recoil thing like this, you can actually use the bomb as a damage source. And like drop the bomb here, get as close to the edge as possible, and let the bomb damage you, and you'll just like be pushed over here if you do that. And that's just important for, I don't know, some random spots. I think I do it. Yeah, we do this in 100%. No, this part. But yeah, so there's that. And then one other cool thing I wanted to show is action swap. So there's a glitch in this game called action swap, and what it does is you can actually shoot a fire arrow out of your stick with action swap. I am trying to think of like other applications that might have, but that's probably the main one that's usually used. So we're gonna go to, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna soar to Mountain Village because this is probably the best place to show it. All right. Trying to think of something I missed. Oh, Megaflip. I need to show Megaflip too. I forgot about that. Okay. So actually, we'll go over here. So let's say you want to go to Nippleman and you want to melt his ice, but it's still wintertime. What you can do is you have your bow in hand. You can do the quick draw that I was talking about. And then all you have to do for this to work is you shield, and then you press stick and then A. So now my stick is in a state where it's able to shoot fire arrows. I have no idea why this works, but that's how it works. So, okay, man, okay. Stop talking, dude. Okay. So now, what you can do is you... What's the inputs for this? I think it's stick and then target, and then you just let go. Yeah. So So now they're happy. Yay! So yeah. Let me do that again. Alright, man. Alright. Chill, bro. No. Goodbye. Okay. So it's in this state again. So, again, one more time is you press stick and then target and then you let go both. And it should shoot fire arrow. I think if you press target and then stick, it gets rid of it. So you want to press stick and then target. But yeah. Okay, so there's that. Alright, some stuff that I missed that I should have shown earlier. I'm gonna go back to the ranch and show you guys a Megaflip. So let's say you are hovering. Alright, nice lag. So now you just want to cover a very large distance while you're in the air like this. Let's go even higher. Let's see how high we can go. Alright, whatever. So, to do a mega flip, all you do is when you're in the air, you have your bomb out, and then on that third fast flash, that HESS frame, you want to do a shield and then roll. So, shield, then A. And then as soon as the bomb explodes, you tap down an A and flick up. So it looks like this in one motion. Not like that. Whoops. So in that instance, I pressed A before I pressed shield. And it puts the bomb down and then you hurt yourself like that. So let's just get up here. Alright, so... Man, so that instance was another thing where I dropped the bomb too early and I jumped too early. And then it damaged me. So you want to jump, like, as soon as the bomb explodes. So that's actually probably good that both those things happened just now. So you guys can try to compare if you seem to be messing it up. There we go. So... I'll just show the frames for this, like pause buffers and frames. Alright, so I'm just gonna do shield and A on the frame. So I think this is called the frog frame for Link. He's like kinda, you know, about to stand up or whatever in his motion. So what you can do is you can buffer in an A and a down. And see, now he's like in a motion where he's about to backflip off this bomb. Like that. So you can do that. That's used in a lot of different spots too, actually. In all categories, that mega flip. I should have shown that one earlier. But... So yeah. I guess one last thing that I completely failed to mention is how to pause buffer. Pause buffering is important for beginners because you might want to, you know, not do a weird shot without pausing, like all those inputs really fast, or like a mega flip without pausing. So, pause buffering is you basically are advancing frame by frame so you can see exactly what frames you need for some of these tricks to work. Like that mega flip frame I showed, or like the weird shot frames that I showed. And it's kind of a rhythm thing. It's just pressing pause at a certain time and advancing frame by frame. You see how like the screen is like barely moving here? If you press it too fast, like if you just mash like this, it doesn't work. So you want to make sure that you're, you know, having a good rhythm with your pausing. But, I think that is going to be it for this video, actually. This was an hour long. I was thinking that it might be that long. I'm not sure, but if I miss anything, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comments. I'll definitely get back to you guys if I can, or if you stop by my stream on Twitch or whatever, that'd be probably the best place for me to respond. But yeah, dude, I would love to see more players playing this game. I know it's kind of hard to get into because of, you know, maybe a lack of resources and stuff, but I'm hoping that this can, like, help people understand, like, how some of these tricks work when you're seeing them done. But yeah, anyways, definitely drop a like, comment, whatever on the video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in stream or in the comments, whatever. And yeah, just let me know if you need help. Okay, so I realized I forgot a couple things yesterday. I forgot to show a gainer, and there was one other thing too. Ocarina items. So I want to just go over those two things really quick. So a gainer is basically gonna be like right here, for instance. You can't just regularly jump up here as Zora, but if you do a gainer, you can actually make it up. You're basically just jumping straight up in the air. So basically all you do for this trick, it's a little tricky to do unbuffered, because you kind of have to tense up your left hand a little bit from my experience, but basically all you want to do is you want to get over to a wall. Zora's probably going to be the best to do gainers most of the time because he's the tallest. But basically you want to go next to a wall like this, and then all you want to do is hold target, you can pause, and then buffer in an A and a down like this, and then during the unpause lag, like right before the game starts running again, just hold L again for target, and it should work. So once again, it's just pause, and then down an A input, and then just hold L out of the unpause lag, and there you go. Unbuffered is a little trickier. There you go. Okay, so then last thing is going to be, let's go to, forget which one this is. I want to go to Pinnacle Rock. I forget what the warp code is. Maybe 31? Nope. 34. That's my guess. Okay, cool. So Ocarina Items is a glitch where you can basically take a bottle that's in your hand and turn it into an ocarina. So, for instance, let's say, you know, we're gonna make our way over to the eggs. And so, basically all you're gonna do is catch something in your bottle. Like here, for instance, you can't use ocarina underwater, so you can just use ocarina items to make the ocarina appear underwater. So we'll go down, yeah, I think it's this guy, right? I think this is the egg. I haven't done this in a long time. Okay, so you're underwater. Just all you do is you equip your bottle on whatever C button you want, grab the egg, and then all you do is you get into that ESS position I was talking about, like this, and you just press the bottle and then B. So instead of the bottle dupe where you press bottle and then the item that's on your C button, you just press bottle and then B. And then it should work. And if you fail it in this instance underwater, then you have to swim all the way out. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this tutorial. Once again, just let me know if you guys think I missed anything, or if you need any help, ask in the comments section, whatever, and I'll definitely get back to you guys. All right, thanks.